Hey guys, good morning. Guys, if you can see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started. Great. Good morning, everyone. So we'll continue with the frames, the next level of frames we are going to look into now. So yesterday I've covered how to automate the frames and how to automate the elements and what are the different ways we can switch to the frames and perform the activities on the elements that are there inside the frames, right? With the help of ID locator, with the help of name locator, by creating a web element if ID and name are not possible by creating a web element. And finally, I told you one easiest way, that is when only one frame is available on the web page, the easiest way to switch to the frame is by using the index of the frame. Simply by giving the index as 0, we can switch to that single frame that is there on the web page. And what if the multiple frames are there? Can't we use the index? Yes, we can still use the index, but that I'm going to cover at the end of this session. As a last topic, I will cover that, guys, which is not recommended anyhow, but just for the knowledge sake, I may cover. But mostly we'll stick to ID locator, name locator. If not, web element will be more than enough. You will go with index only when there is only one frame on the page and you don't have to write more. To simplify the process, we'll go with the index as 0 kind of stuff that I covered in the yesterday's session. Now let's look into the nested frames. Okay, the next topic here is the nested frames. So if everyone is ready for the nested frame, just type ready in the chat box so that we can get started. Today's session, nested frames. How many people are you ready for this nested frames? Just type ready in the chat box. Okay. Great, guys. Great. So let's begin, guys. Here I'm going to create a new class. I'll just name this class as nested frames demo. Nested frames demo. Finish. So yeah, the class with the main method got created. Here I'm writing the code Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Then simply write down driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then say driver dot get. Here I need to give the application URL. So nested frames example is there here, guys, in this let code application under the frame page. Okay, this is a nested frame thing. Copy this URL and paste it. Once I go to this application page and all, 1 minute. Okay. Once we go to this frame page, I just need to enter the first name, last name, and email. If I right click here, I'm not getting any frame options, but if I right click somewhere here, you see frame options are coming nearby the element. That means these particular elements are inside the frame. That is clear. But we'll assume for a while that these are not part of the frame. I'll right click here and select inspect option in a normal way, first of all. And after that, yeah, input name locator is there. Okay, input name locator is there for input field. I'll copy this name locator and with the help of by dot name, I'll locate that by dot name. I'll provide the name locator here. And this is the first name field, right? This is the first name field. I'll write first name field is equal to, and I'll create a web element for it. I'll hover the mouse and create the web element. Now here, I'll write down first name field dot send keys, first name field dot send keys, and I'll give my name here, first name here. and see when I'll run this code and see whether this is working fine or not, whether my name is being typed into the first name field on this page or not. Let me check that. After the page loads, my name has to be typed into the first name field. Did it happen, guys? Is it working? Is it working? No. What may be the reason? Because this particular element is inside a frame, right? Why my name has not been typed into the first name field? What is the reason, guys? Why my name has not been typed into the first name field? What may be the reason? Inside the frame. The element is inside the frame. So what I will do here is when I inspect this particular element, okay, nearby elements I have seen, and you already know, right, how to investigate and all. Yesterday I covered. You will get frame options nearby. That's one of the thing. Select this, inspect this field, and find out the parent of this particular field. Who is the parent? Div tag. Who is the parent of the div tag? This particular div tag. Who is the parent of this particular div tag? Who is the parent of this particular div tag? Form. Who is the parent of this form? This div tag. Who is the parent of this particular div tag? This particular div tag. Who is the parent of this particular div tag? This app frame. Who is the parent of this app frame? This app root. Is that so? Or at the same level? No, app root. Okay, app root. And who is the parent of this app root? Not the iframe is not the parent here. It's a sibling. So body is a parent. Who is the parent of this body? HTML. Who is the parent of this HTML? This particular iframe. Got it, guys? Understood? Who is the parent of this HTML? Iframe. It has an ID. Copy this ID. You see, this particular element was inside this iframe. This is how we need to identify. Got it, guys? Got it? How to identify the iframe that is in which the field is available? You have to go with this process, guys. Okay. I will repeat. The parent of this input is this div tag. The parent of this div is this particular div tag. The parent of this div is form. The parent of this particular form is this div. The parent of this div is this div. The parent of this div is app frame. The parent of the app frame is this app root. Okay. The parent of this particular app root is body. The parent of this body is HTML. The parent of this HTML is this iframe. This is iframe. This is how we have to locate the iframe in which the particular element is available. Everyone clear? Type C in the chat box. How to find the iframe in which the element is available is clear for you. We have to go to the parent, then we have to find it. Okay. Great. Okay, so I'll take the ID locator of that particular iframe here and then go here. And you see already when I have run the script, what is happening? My name has not been typed. Rather, I am getting no such element exception. The reason for the exception is this particular element is part of the iframe. So without switching to that iframe, we cannot do. So how to switch to the iframe? Driver dot switch to dot frame of driver dot switch to dot frame of driver dot switch to dot frame of what is it has an ID. Can I directly give the ID here, guys, in the double quotes? Inside the frame, can I provide double quotes here and provide the ID of the frame? Yes, that is possible, right? Directly I can provide the ID. Okay. Driver dot switch to dot frame of ID. Now run the script and see whether this time my name is getting entered into the first name field or let's see. I've run the script this time. The script should work and it should type my name into the first name field if everything goes well. Because I have switched to the frame and then typing the ID into the frame. You see, is my name typed into the first name field? Yes, it's working, right? Name got typed. Similarly, we have this last name field. Similarly, we have this last name field. If you inspect that last name field and also do the same process here, because if first name field is part of the same the part of the iframe, possibility is that last name field also may be part of the same iframe. So input here, parent is due, parent is due, parent is form, parent is due, parent is due, parent is appframe, parent is approot, parent is body, parent is HTML, the parent is iframe with the same ID. They have to switch again. For this element, do I have to switch again? Already I went to, the situation is something like this, guys, okay? The situation is something like this. Do I have to switch again? No, it's not required. The situation is something like this. You are searching for your friend at his home. Your friend is there. Okay, some rooms are there. Some rooms are there at his house. You entered into the house. From here, from the page level, when you see that, okay, from the page level, when you have see that, you didn't find your friend. Your friend is here in one of the room. So what did you do? You have switched to this particular room, okay, and you found your friend. Again, you wanted to find another friend, his brother. Let's say this particular friend has another brother. You want to find that, but that particular brother is also, you went with an intention of meeting not only your friend, his brother also you want to meet. But when you went to the particular room or frame in which that particular element is available, another element is also there here. So do you have to come out and again you have to switch to the frame that is required? Already you found your friend and your friend brother is there only. You don't have to do anything, right? Guys, they have to do any switching again, switching out, switching in required? No, right? The answer is no. Okay, already you went to the frame where the element is there. Along with that element, jackpot, you got another element also in the same frame. Okay, you don't have to switch again. Okay,
Right.
so yeah,
Right. How we know that both element in the same frame?
just now I told you, right? When you inspect that, you got the same ID, na? When you inspect this last name field, when you inspect the last name field, this is the input tag. The parent is due, parent is due, parent is form, parent is due, parent is due, parent is app frame, the parent is app root, the parent is body, the parent is HTML, and that is inside the iframe. Which iframe? The iframe having the ID. Already we have used this particular same ID for switching to the frame or not earlier. For the first name, we have used a frame, first name of FR as the ID. Now this last name field is also part of the same ID, same frame ID. That's how we got to know. Got it? Yes, last name field is also showing me the same frame. So already I have switched to the frame. Do I have to switch it again? If I'm already inside the frame, do I have to switch to that frame again? Not required. That's what I am saying. Both the elements are part of the same iframe. Okay? Both the elements are inside the same iframe. That's what is I am trying to convey. Whether you inspect this enter name, this is the first name field, parent, 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 and this is iframe. This is a parent type. This is having what? ID, first name. Okay, the same thing. Again, if you inspect the last name also, same thing is happening. Last name also, same thing is happening. Last name, L name is there here. I'll copy this L name anyhow, meanwhile. And its parent is div, form, div, app, then app root, then body, HTML, and it's also part of the same iframe. Same iframe or different iframe, guys? These both the elements are part of the same iframe or different iframe? They're inside the same iframe or different iframe? Same iframe. That's how we got to know. Clear? Clear, everyone? Just type C in the chat box if you are clear with that. How to find out these two elements are part of the same iframe? Yes, clear. So I don't have to switch multiple times. Already I went to in the room. I went to that particular frame where this particular element is there. Along with that, I also find this element is also there. Right? In the same frame, this element is also there. So I don't have to switch back or switch come again into the room, right? To meeting your brother or someone. Okay. So the by.name locator I have given. Inspect this. I don't have to switch to the frame again. Copy this. Last name field. is equal to, over the mouse on this, create web element, last name field, dot, send keys. I'll give my last name, that is Moturi. Put a semicolon here. Okay. Now run the code, right click, run as Java application. This time, let's see, after switching to this frame one time, both the elements are inside the frame. I don't have to switch again. Both the elements will be located. And, after switching to the frame, inside the frame only, these two elements are there. So the operation should be performed. The script is running here. Just observe here what is happening. The script is running. It will enter my first name. It will wait for the page to load first. After the page loads first, then it will enter the first name and last name. You see, first name and last name has been entered, right? First name and last name has been entered. That's done. Working or not, guys? Guys, is this thing working? Just by switching to the frame once, I can perform the operation on all the elements inside the frame. Okay, Ashish, I'll do that. Ashish is asking me, can you please highlight the other frame which was not the parent element just before the parent frame? So when I was investigating this part, on our journey, we got a frame. For example, when I inspect this, let me refresh here. So when I was inspecting this first name field, inspect this. When I was inspecting this first name field, here you see input, this is the HTML code. Its parent is div, its parent is div, its parent is form, its parent is div, its parent is div, the parent is app frame, its parent is app root, its parent is body, but we are not going with this, we are not considering this iframe. Okay, we are not considering this iframe because that iframe is not the parent or grandparent of our elements. So our elements are not there inside this frame. It's just a sibling frame. You see, for app root, this is a sibling frame. Under the app root, we have these elements. So this is what is the thing. Okay. So there is one another frame here, but in this is not the frame inside which our elements are there. Ashish, is that clear?
Yes, yes, I just wanted to see whether it is highlighting inside somewhere
No,
that
it's not
original.
highlighting anything. You see, it's not highlighting anything. This app root is only highlighting this part, and this iframe is not highlighting anything. I don't know what is the reason they have put this iframe here. But if you expand this, some document is there in that HTML is there. Let's see. If anything is there, some script they are running. That's it. Okay. They are not really doing
Okay,
anything. This frame. Okay.
okay, okay.
You see, when I hover that, nothing is getting highlighted on the page, okay? When I say app root, everything is getting highlighted. When I say app root, everything is getting highlighted, okay? So our element is inside the app root, not inside this iframe. So, and this element, our element is inside the app root. For app root, iframe is not the parent here in this case. So we don't have to pick this iframe. Just by looking at iframe, don't see that my element is in this iframe because this is not the parent of our parent tag of our element. Okay, so we have to go to the body and then we have to go to HTML to find the right iframe in which our element is there. We have to go like this, guys. Okay, this is the one. You see, this is the one in which our elements are available. Got it, guys? Got it? Everyone clear? How to find the right iframe is clear. Don't go with the sibling frames. Okay, that those are not part of our those our elements are not part of that iframe. Okay, go with the parent only. And if your parent or grandparent is an iframe, then only our elements will be part of that iframe. Don't in the journey, if you come across any iframe that is a sibling iframe or something, should not select that. Okay. Got it, everyone? Clear? Type C in the chat box if you are clear with this concept. How to find the exact iframes in which our elements are available. Just type C in the chat box if you guys are clear with this. Great. Yeah. So I'm also thinking, just guessing that, okay, since this first name and last name field are also part of the same iframe, I'm just going with an assumption that, okay, without checking the HTML code, and I'm going with an assumption that this email is also part of the same iframe in which first name, last name fields are available. I just want to give a try. Okay, I'm just thinking here it is there. Okay, email field also here in the same iframe. I'm just thinking I don't want to waste my time, so I just going with that intention to see what is happening. Right click inspect this. I'll directly take the locator thinking that anyhow these two elements on the page are part of the same iframe, right? This element email also may be part of the same iframe. I'm just going with that assumption, copying this name locator for that email and without switching to any other things. Already have switched to the frame, right? Similarly, Aruna and Moturi was part of the same this this iframe, right? I'm just thinking that email is also part of the same iframe. And with that note, I am going forward. Okay. Driver dot find element by dot name locator of that email. Here I'll simply write email field. Email field is equal to I'll create a web element. And here copy this email field and say dot send keys. I'll give some email address, guys. Here I'll give some email address, some non-existent email address. This is not my real email address, but I'm just giving something here in a valid format. Run the code and see what is happening. Is it working or not? How many of you people think that it will work? How many of you people think that it may not work? Let's see. How many people are thinking it works? Or Rajkumar is saying it will not work. Kumar is saying not work. May not work. Nagaveni. All are saying may not work. Is it working? Is my email entered into the email field? Is my email got entered into the email field? No. That means this email is not a part of the frame for which these elements are part of. So what I have to do next, guys? I got no such element exception because that field is not part of the frame that we thought of. It looks like it is part of, but it's not part of, guys. So what I have to do is I have to right click here, inspect the email field, and this is HTML. Whose parent is div? Whose parent is div? Whose parent is this div? Whose parent is this particular div? Whose parent is this div? Whose parent app inner frame? Whose parent is app root? Whose parent is this body? Whose parent is this HTML? Whose parent is this iframe? There's one iframe here, you see? This iframe, does it match? Does this particular iframe match with the previous iframe or a different iframe it belongs to? Does it match with the previous iframe, guys? Here, whatever the iframe I given, is it same or different? It's same or different. This is a different iframe, right? Does it have any ID? This particular iframe in which this email field is available does it have an ID? Does it have any ID? No. Does it have any name locator? Does it have any name? No. So if ID is not there, name is not there, I'll create a web element for that. So there is inner frame kind of SRC is available here. I'll just copy this inner frame. I'll just copy this inner frame part, copy this, and I'll write Control F / iframe. I have to create a web element for the iframe at the rate SRC is equal to give that inner frame as a value. Okay. Now it's locating only one element. That's the web element of this iframe, the expect of this iframe we have created. And using this, I'm going to create the web element for the iframe. So here, driver dot, I'll write that first of all, driver dot find element by dot xpath, give the xpath of the iframe in which that particular element is there. Put a semicolon here. Okay, and I'll say inner frame, some name I'm giving for the frame, create local variable, and I'll simply say driver dot switch to dot frame of, since first name is not there, last name is not there, I have to go with the frame of web element. I'll give this inner frame as a web element here. Okay. With the help of the web element, after that only I have to type this email field, right? After switching to this frame only, after switching to the frame only, I have to go to this web element. I'll go to this web element after switching to the frame. Save this and run the code. Right click, run as Java application. Will this work or not this time? I've switched to the frame in which this email field is available. Let's see what will happen. This time I gave a proper frame. Okay. What happened, guys? Did it enter my name? Yes or no? Did it enter my name? Yes or no? Yes, it has entered my name. Okay. So what's happening here is, just observe this here. Let's say this is fine. This looks good. The script looks good. I'll create one more example, nested frames demo 2. Okay, I'll create one more. Okay, I'll create one more. It is working. So I'll create one more nested frames demo 2 class nested frames demo 2 with main method. So whatever the thought we went on with this page, right? It was working fine. So now I'll try to automate some other thing. That is, here I'll write down something like this. This way I would like to automate. Okay, let's see what will happen. I'll write down Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Then I'll write down Control Shift O. Then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then say driver dot get. Provide the application page URL. Provide the application page URL. And now what I want to do is, I don't want to enter the first name, last name, only the email address I want to enter. That's my requirement. Right click here, inspect here. Inspect here. And it has a last name field. Name field, name attribute, right? This particular email field has a name. I'll copy this name. And if I write like this, driver dot find element by dot name. And if I give the name locator, I give the name locator here and put a semicolon here and create a web element like name field is equal to, over the mouse on this name field and create local variable. And if I say driver dot, name field dot, if I say name field dot send keys, and if I give my email here, some random email I'm giving here anyhow, arun@gmail.com I'll give, okay? gmail.com I'll give. Now run the script. Will this work? Will it be able to enter my email into the email field? Sorry, this is email field, right? Email field, right? Let me close the script. I don't want the script to run. Let me run it again this time. This email field actually. What I'm trying here is the email field. So will it work? Yes or no? This particular thing is inside a frame, right? How can it work? Right? Only the email field I would like to enter in this case. So let's see what is happening. Is my email getting entered into the email field? Or I'm getting no such element exception? I'm getting no such element exception. The reason for this no such element exception is this particular element is inside the frame. Already we have investigated in the previous example, right? Where to which part this particular email field was there. I'll inspect it again. We'll get the HTML code. We'll find out the frame inside which this email field is available. This particular thing is inside the div tag. This particular thing is inside the div tag. This particular thing is inside this div tag. This particular thing is inside this div tag. This div tag. Parent is this one. The parent of this one is app root. The parent of app root is not this iframe, this body. The parent of the body is this HTML. And the parent of the HTML is this iframe. Okay. This was the same iframe, right? So here I took the inner frame here, copy this, and here I'll simply say Control F /iframe. Since ID is not there, name is not there, I have to create a web element for that. For that, I have to create an XPath expression. And using this XPath expression, I'll create a web element for this. So copy this, come back here, and here what I have to do, first I have to say driver dot find element by dot XPath of that frame I have to create. I have to create a web element of that particular frame in which this email field is available. So frame element, inner frame I'll write, otherwise some name I'll give. Inner frame is equal to, I'll create the web element for the inner frame. I create the web element for the inner frame. And after that, what I'll do, I'll run this. I have to switch to the frame, right? I have to switch to the frame. Driver dot switch to dot frame of this particular inner frame I'll give. Okay, frame of inner frame I'll give. Put a semicolon here. Run the code. Will this work this time? Guys, will this work with this time? Already I have switched to the frame, right? Will it work this time? Yes or no? So what about others? Will it work?
Arun, can't we switch without writing the text path? Direct driver dot switch to dot iframe.
No, we cannot. There is no way like that. Okay. Either ID or name, element or index. Only these are the possibilities. Okay. You cannot, there is no direct way to switch. No other way is there. But you see, is my email address entered basically here? The email field?
No.
After switching to the frame also, it's not there. That means there is something going wrong. What is that something? To investigate that, again, we have to go back to the page. So we already have given the proper iframe, right? This is a frame in which this email field is available. But now I am getting a doubt whether this iframe is part of another iframe or something. I'm getting a doubt. So who is the parent of this iframe? This div. Who is the parent of this div? This div. Who is the parent of this div? This div. App frame. App root. This is not the one. HTML. Who is the parent? This iframe is the parent iframe of that particular iframe. Got it? So what happened here was, this is a page. In that page, these are some blocks which are iframes, you can say. So the element is available somewhere here, but not directly in this frame directly. So let's say there's another room inside this room. In this room, the element is available. Now Selenium, just going to the page, will it find? No. It has to switch to this parent frame first. After switching to the parent frame, it has to switch to the child frame. Then only it can find the element. Got it? Now, is it possible for us to directly go to this house and directly go to is there a way to the room without going to the parent room? Can we go to the child room? Is there a way to directly go to the child room? No. First, we have to go to the parent room. Then only the child room will be visible. From that, we have to go to the child room, right? Here, parent frame is there, child frame is there. So we thought that this is a frame directly in which this element is available. That's correct only. But this particular frame is not directly available on the page. This particular frame is part of also another frame that is nothing but here as part of an investigation, we got that. Okay, I'll repeat it that again. You just see here, this element is part of a frame. So div parents I'm going. Okay, I'm just going with the parents. Parent of this one is app root. Parent of this app root is this body. Parent of this body is HTML. Parent of this HTML is iframe. So definitely this particular element, email field is inside this. Email field is inside this iframe. That's correct. But by switching to this iframe, things are not working out. That means that this iframe may be part of another iframe.
Yeah, can you show me the parent of this site?
Yeah, I'll show. The parent of this iframe is what? Div, right? So this iframe is part of another iframe. How can you find? You see, this div is part of the parent of this iframe. And for this particular div, this is the parent. For this particular div, this is the parent. For this div, this is the parent app frame content. For app frame content, app root is the parent. For the app root, body is the parent. For the body, HTML is the parent. For the HTML, this iframe is the parent. So under this parent iframe, this child iframe is there. Got it now? Clear, guys? Under which iframe this parent child iframe is there? This iframe is also part of another iframe. Okay, this is called as nested iframes, guys. So let's see whether this iframe is part of any other iframe. This parents, I'll go to the section. Section is part of the app frames. App frames is part of app root. App root is part of the body. So body is the part of the directly part of the HTML. There are no other iframes on the top. Okay, now got it, guys. Now clear what is happening here. So if you go down here and see here, this is the iframe we thought in which the email field is there. That's correct only. But this iframe is not this iframe. If you switch, it doesn't work out. If you want to enter the email address, just by switching to can you directly go into the child frame? This is a child frame actually. Whatever you are looking here on the screen is a child iframe. Can you directly go to the child room and then find your friend? Is it possible to directly go from the page level to this directly with the room without entering to the main room? this high level parent room, can we go to the child room directly? Is it possible? Once you enter the house, first you have to go to this main parent room. From the parent room, you have to go to the child room. That's what is the process. Can you directly jump from page level to the direct child? That is not possible. That is the reason here we are getting a exception. Even though we have switched to the child frame and we are trying to perform the operation on this particular element, it's not working because first we have to switch to the parent frame in which this particular frame is available. Then only this frame will be located. Then only this particular frame will be located. Okay. Here, no such element exception is coming. Unable to locate this iframe, inner frame. It's not able to locate the inner frame. Okay. It's not able to locate the inner frame. So what I have to do, guys, then? What I have to do here? First, I have to switch to the parent frame. And in the parent frame, this inner frame will be available. In the inner frame, this element is available. First, we have to go to the parent room. And from the parent room, we have to go to the child room. In the child room, we have this element. Okay. So for that reason, we already identified the frame in which this particular frame is available. The parent frame of this frame we identified. The parent of this one is this one. The parent of this one is this one. The parent of this is inside that iframe was there. Approved body HTML. Under that, you see who is the parent of that iframe? Another iframe is there. It has an ID here. I'll copy this ID and here clearly write down driver dot switch to dot frame of ID attribute value. This is a parent frame. First we have to switch to the parent frame. Okay, first we have to switch to the parent frame. And after switching to the parent frame, you switch to the child frame. And after switching to the child frame, you can enter this particular text. Now run the script and see whether this is working or not. Will this work this time, guys? Will this work this time? Anyone getting confidence that this will work this time? Yes, right? This has to work this time. Okay, sorry, I didn't. Page is loading here. The script is running, page is loading. Is it entering my email into the email field or not? Let's find it out. Is the email address entered into the email field this time? Is the email address entered into the email field this time? Yes. Okay. So what happened in our case was, I'll tell you what happened. I'll take a screenshot and tell you what happened. So this is the page, right? It's not working. Okay, let's assume this is the thing. This is the page and all. Okay. Inside the page was designed something like this, guys. Okay. Inside the page was designed something. They have put these 3 fields inside a frame. Got it? Okay. This is a parent frame. They have designed the page like that, where they have put some frame here. And inside that frame, there's one more frame inside with this email is there. Okay. This was the case that we were automating. So earlier what happened in the first script, what happened was for this first name, last name field, for the case of first name, last name field, we first switch to this frame just for the first name, last name field, which was directly part of the parent frame. That is ID. With the help of that, we were able to do this. We were able to do this. Okay. Is there any pen kind of stuff here? No. Okay. Here it is there. So we have first switched to here and then this is completed. This is completed. Okay. After that, email was part of inner frame. So again, we have switched to the inner frame. Since we already have switched to the parent frame just for the reason of first name, last name. Okay. Email field, we just switch to the frame inside which email is available. So after parent, inside that, you see inside this room, your friend is there. Your friend's brother is also there. Okay. Let's say your friend is there here. Not working. And your friend's brother is also there here. Okay. Friend's brother is also there here. Now, but this one, we have another friend also there who is there in inner room. Okay, directly not there here. So this friend may have younger brother and elder brother. Let's say elder brother is there in this room. Let's say elder brother is there in this room. Okay, elder brother is there in this room. Is not directly available. So if you have to meet the elder brother, first you have to go to this inner frame, parent frame, and from the parent frame you have to go to the inner frame. That happened naturally in our first case. But when I wanted to enter the email address directly without worrying about first name, last name, what happened was we got to know that email field is part of a frame. That frame is part of this frame where first name and last name fields are there. Now clear, guys, what happened? Is the script clear? What did we do is clear for you? These are nested frames. These are nested
Arun,
frames.
can you open the code? Can you open the code?
Yeah, sure. Just give me a second. Yeah. With this code.
Yes. When we are switching to main frame, then no need to write XPath. Only for inner frames, we need to write XPath.
If there is ID or name, no need to write XPath. If that particular frame has some ID or name locator, right, directly in the frame command, you directly give the double quotes and give the ID attribute value of the frame or name attribute value of the frame. If that particular frame doesn't have the ID or name, in that case only we have to create a web element. It may not be XPath, it can be CSS selector also. By.xpath. We have because if name is not there, ID is not there, other way is only web element only. Okay, or index. Index we don't generally choose. We generally, when you are automating in real time, right, we go with the locate the frames with the help of ID or name or web element. Okay, 3 possibilities we generally check for. Index is the very last option. Okay, clear now? If unable to locate with the ID or name, the possibility is that we have to create a web element for that frame. Okay, we have to create a web element. How to create the web element? The normal way you create the web element for the elements, right? That we have to do. But if that web element has a name or ID, no need to create this XPath separate web element for the frame. Directly in the frame command, you provide the ID or name locator value of that frame. Okay, that will be okay. Clear now? Is this clear? Okay. Clear. Fine. Great. Any other questions from this nested frames, guys? Any other questions from this nested frames? Able to understand the nested frames? A frame inside another frame is called as a nested frame. Okay. So how to identify, and selector sub will make our job more easy, guys. Okay. So if you have selector sub installed, right, it will be more easy. But without selector sub only, I explained it. For example, if I am inspecting this, if I go to the selector sub here, selector sub will directly say that this particular first name field is part of the frame. Go to selector sub and it will clearly say that selector sub is part of the, inspect this. You see, clearly saying, right, this first name field is part of which frame? A frame having the frame having the ID as first name. Okay, and the frame having the ID as first name, it's saying, right? That's good. Now, if I go to this last name, inspect this, last name also same, it is saying, okay? Okay. Now, if I inspect this email here, it's saying that this email is part of the frame. I'll select this and press enter. You see, it's saying 0 elements here. And but I'll tell you what to do. Okay. Instead of looking at this, I'll tell you. First, inspect this email field, guys. When you inspect this email field, what the selector sub is saying. When you select this HTML code of the email field, what the selector sub is saying. This particular element is part of a iframe, it is saying. Which iframe? Some iframe having something. So I'll investigate here on the left side. Div, app. Okay. So I'll find the iframe in which that particular element is available. I'll find the iframe in which that particular, this is a iframe in which the particular element is available. This email field is part of this iframe we found. But when I select this, on the right side, you see, when I select this on the right side, you see, the selector sub is saying that this iframe is also part of another iframe. Can you see that? It's giving a suggestion that this iframe that you are selecting is also inside another iframe. Able to get it, guys? I'll give you one more example. If I right click here on the first name field, inspect that, just see here how to take the help of selector sub to deal with the frames properly. I'll inspect this first name field. So this is HTML code of the first name field. If I go to the selector sub will say that this particular first name field is part of the iframe. So I want to find that iframe in which this first name field is available. I'll go to the parent, then parent, then its parent, then its parent. So this is done. Okay, this is a frame in which, this is iframe in which the first name field is available. When I select this HTML code of the iframe, did the selector sub say that this particular iframe inside is inside another iframe here? Inside iframe is coming here. When I select this HTML code on the left side, is the selector sub saying this particular iframe is also part of another iframe here? No. That means that this is a directly under this frame only, this first name fields and last name fields are available, we can see. But coming to the email, when I inspect this, you will see a different situation with the selector sub. Select this is the HTML code in which this is HTML code of the email address. And when I select this, it's clearly saying that it's inside iframe. So go here to find out the iframe in which that particular email field is there. I'll keep going. Body, HTML, and this is iframe, right? So this is iframe in which email field is available. When I select the HTML code of this iframe, what the selector sub is saying, this iframe when I select, it's saying that this iframe is also part of inside iframe means this iframe is also inside another iframe. Able to get it, guys? This iframe is also part of another iframe. Is it clear? Yes. So we have to find the iframe in which this iframe is available. Go to the div, app root, body, HTML, and on the top of that we have this iframe. So this is iframe in which that another iframe, child iframe is available. That iframe is nothing but the iframe. Actually, if you hover the mouse on this iframe, guys, if you hover the mouse on this iframe, you can see that the entire area of the iframe you can see. Okay, this iframe is actually enclosing first name field, last name field, email field also. Okay, the first name field and last name field are immediate children of this iframe, but email is not the immediate child of the iframe, because under this iframe we have another child iframe. Under that child iframe, email field is there. This is how the investigation need to be done. Okay, when coming to the nested frames, you have to do like this. With the help of selector sub also we can get this done. Okay, it will be more easy, because when you inspect that and when you find that this particular element is part of a iframe, and when you go to that and select the HTML code of the iframe, just see that that particular iframe is part of any other iframe or not. Okay, selector sub will simply say that this particular thing is part of an iframe here. You see email field is part of the iframe. If you go here and find the iframe in which the email field is available, okay, and that iframe, when you select the HTML code, it's saying that still it's saying inside iframe. That means this iframe is also part of another iframe, that is this iframe, which is having the ID. First, we have to switch to the parent iframe, and then we have to switch to the child iframe here. Okay, then we have to switch to the child iframe. After switching to the child iframe, you have to perform the operations on this particular email field. Everyone clear? If this concept of nested frames is clear, just type C in the chat box, guys. The concept of nested frames is clear. I explained multiple times. It should be clear for everyone now. Okay, with all the ways how to find, because a lot of people may confuse like why the things are not working even after I switch to the frame. The reason may be that frame may be part of another iframe. Okay, so that kind of complexities exists in our real automation, where a frame can be part of another frame. So even more than this, complexities are there, guys. Okay, this is just a very simple thing, guys. Whatever I told you here is a very simple thing, but the complexities are there, where behind this the complexities are there. Okay, anyhow, these are the nested frames. I covered the nested frames for you. Where are my notes? Let me open the notes, guys, and see what else is left out. So I explicitly covered the nested frames today. Nested frames is completed. Now this one is very complex, guys. This one is very complex. Parent, child, sibling frames. Okay, I'll explain theoretically. For now, I'll explain this theoretically, but this will take some time. So instead of going this, we'll try to figure out something there. A different thing we'll try to do, some examples. I'll just go to this my blogger, and tomorrow I'll explain about the sibling frames, guys. Today, because with fresh mind, you have to understand that today only nested frames I covered. So here I'll go to another web page. I'll go to blogger here. Go to my omaya.blogspot.com. omaya.blogspot.com. Okay. And I'll go to the layout. Or I'll go to this omaya.blogspot.com here. omayo.blogspot.com. I'll open the application URL here. So see, earlier I embedded some frames here in this blogspot.com. That frames are not coming here anymore. Yeah, this is the code for frames and iframe 1 and iframe 2. I written the code here. Iframe ID is equal to, I gave the IDs also. Iframe 2 is equal to SRC. I removed it. Here also SRC. There was some other thing that I also have to remove it. Okay. In place of that SRC, I have to give another things. What I can give here, guys, different websites I have to give. I would like to embed other things. For example, I'll go here and try to embed another web pages to see whether they are working or not here. Okay, I'll take Selenium 143.blogspot.com and see whether this will get embedded or not. Okay, I'll try that. I don't know whether this will work or not, but I'm giving a try to see whether I can embed this inside this. And other one, I'll try to give it as a Selenium by Arun. Selenium by Arun. .blogspot.com. This URL I'll give here as a second iframe URL. Okay, save this and come back here and save this. And now refresh this page of omaya.blogspot.com. Go to omaya.blogspot.com. Are the frames embedding another web pages or not? We'll see. This is coming. What about this one? Yeah, this one is also coming. Now these two are frames, guys. Okay, these two are nothing but what? Frames. Understood, guys? How did I? Because I am the owner of this particular omaya.blogspot.com, I have the access here where I can edit the HTML code. Okay, and I went to the iframe section, and here I added the HTML code with iframes. I added two iframes, iframe ID1, iframe ID2 is there. Now let's perform the operation on that. Since I have made the changes, now the page is coming with some frames here. So what I want to do is very simple, guys. This is already done. It's very simple. We will be switching between the frames and the parent and all that I am going to cover now as part of this. It will be very easy, guys. Okay. Switching between page and frame. Okay, demo. Okay, switching between page and frame demo with main method I'll give. Is another topic, guys, that I'm covering. Just observe this, what I'm trying to do. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Okay. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize and driver dot get command. Driver dot get command. Here I'll provide the application URL, that is omaya.blogspot.com. Now I want to type some text into the text area field. Is that okay? Can I type the text into the text area field, guys? Is that fine? Can I do it? This particular text area field is part of the same web page, right? It's not part of any frame. If you right click here and select inspect option, easiest way to find out whether this text area field is part of the frame or not is go to selector sub and see that when I inspect this text area field, okay, when I inspect this text area field and selector sub is there here. So when I select this, is a selector sub saying that this particular element is part of an iframe? Is it inside the iframe it is saying or no? It's not saying that it's not saying that this HTML code is not part of an iframe, right? So it has an ID also. Copy this ID directly, I can perform the operation, guys. This particular thing is on the page level only. It's something like this, guys. Okay. You see on the page only, you are on this page. On the page only the element is there. The required element is there. That the text area field is there itself. Okay. The text area field is directly on the page level. Okay. So do I have to switch to any frame to perform the operation on this element? Directly I'll perform the operation, right? Because this element is not inside any frame. You say let's say there are 2 frames here. On this page there are 2 frames, but this element is on the page level only. Do I have to switch to the frame in order to perform the operation on this element? Yes or no? No, we don't have to switch. So directly I'll perform the operation. How? I'll simply inspect this element which is directly on the page, and a selector sub is saying that it's not part of any iframe. So I'll copy this ID of this element which is directly on the page, text area field. So I'll simply write down driver dot find element by dot ID of that particular text area field. I'll just create the web element for the text area field. I'll simply say text area field, text area field is equal to, over the mouse on this and say create local variable, and write down text area field dot send keys, and here write down my name. I'll type my name into the text area field. For this, switching to the frames is not required because this particular element is directly part of the page. So switching to the frame is not possible. Open the browser. Open the application URL in the browser. And once the page loads, you see, my name has been typed into the text area field. I don't have to switch to any frame. Fine. That's happened. Fine. Next, what I will do is, after my name has been typed into this, what I want to do is, I want to click on this particular link. What is Selenium link? I want to click. Okay. I just want to click on what is Selenium link. I'll inspect this. See, after entering my name into this text area field, I have to click on the link on this page. That is what is Selenium. Inspect this. What is Selenium? Inspect this. Okay. So also take the help of selector sub, guys. It will be very useful here. Now this HTML code of this, sorry, what happened? I clicked on the link, it seems. Give me a second. Okay. So this is HTML code of this particular. You see, this HTML code is highlighting this what is Selenium. But when I select this, is the selector sub not saying anything? Say something. Right click here, view page source are coming, but here, don't know what's happening here. Let me do it again. Okay, got it. When I inspect this element, in some cases, I remember that I talked with the founder of the selector sub. He told me that there is some reason because of which this is not coming in this website page. Okay, I remember that. But this particular element, you are not able to take the help of the selector sub here because this is a Blogspot website. The Blogspot website will not work with selector sub properly. So ignore that, guys. Ignore that. Okay, close this and simply select inspect option. And this is the element I want to click. What is Selenium, right? This is the element I want to click. Okay. This is the element I want to click. So what is Selenium is the link text, right? So it looks like it's not part of an iframe or something. I'll copy this and simply write down driver dot find element by dot link text by dot link text. Give the link text of that what is Selenium. What is Selenium is equal to, over the mouse on this and create a web element. What is Selenium dot click, I'll say. It has to click on the link. Let's see whether that is working fine or not. Okay, let's see whether that is working fine or not. So first we went to this application and then we entered the Arun Moturi text into the text area field. Then we want to click on what is Selenium link. So first it has to enter my name into the text area field. After the page loads, it has to enter my name into the text area field. After that, what it has to do, guys, it has to click on what is Selenium here? Did it click on what is Selenium? Did it click on what is Selenium here? Did it click? It has not clicked. So we'll investigate why it has not clicked. Maybe this particular element is part of a frame. Right click here somewhere here and view frame options are coming. Go to the top of the frame. Parent of this one is this B, and parent of this B is LI. Parent of this LI is OL. Parent of this OL is TD. Parent of this TD is TR. Parent of this TR is T-body. Table, div, 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 div. This particular div is a parent. This footer is a parent. This div is a parent. We'll keep going, guys, like that. Okay, div is a parent. Div is a parent. For this is a div is a parent, and for this, where is the parent here? It's been okay. This body is a parent. For this body, this HTML is a parent. For this HTML, this iframe is a parent, and it has an ID also. Copy this ID. Copy this ID, guys. No such element exception is coming. So there is a iframe. This particular link is inside the iframe. So I have to create. I have to switch to the iframe. Switch to the frame using the ID attribute value. Okay, frame of ID attribute value of the frame in which this particular element is available. After switching to the frame, whether this clicking is happening or not, let's run this code and see. After I switch to the frame, whether that is happening or not, let's see. Whether we are able to click on that link inside the iframe or not, let's see. First, it will load the page, then it has to enter my full name into the text area field. After it has entered, did it click on the what is Selenium link? Is it clicking on what is Selenium link? Try to click, but what is happening? I don't know. Is any output or something coming? No. It tried to click, but we can see that this kind of violation happening, but it didn't click properly. Okay. We'll do one thing, guys. We'll add some thread.sleep here because the frame may be loading very fast or something. So here before switching, we are able to switch to the frame without any problem. But after switching to the frame, I'll just give some thread.sleep here. Control Z. Okay. Here I'll give some thread.sleep. Thread.sleep. Thread.sleep of some 3 seconds I'll give. Let's see what will happen. The page is not loading faster. Okay, that's the reason, whatever the page that is there inside the frame is not loading faster, guys. Okay, that's the problem which is out of our reach. Anyhow, let's run this code and see what is happening. I'll just forcefully put thread.sleep here just to see whether this is after switching to the frame, but after 3 seconds we are trying to perform the operation to see whether that is still working or not. We'll wait for the page to load. Enter my name. After switching to the frame, after 3 seconds, it has to perform. Click on the what is Selenium link. Okay, it's not working. We can see that the click happened. Okay, otherwise the line will not come. But if I try to manually click anything happening, let's see. Because, okay, so I closed it up. 1 minute, let me open that. So I will try to do this on my local website to see whether that click is happening or not. Just give me a second. Don't save. Is it happening on my local website or not? Because that website is not that much, kind of. So I'll do one thing. I'll go to omai.blogspot.com. I'll go to omai.blogspot.com here. And after that, I'll manually try to click on that link, okay, to see whether that it's responding or not, okay. It is something like this, right? It's something like this, and I want to click on that. The page is still loading. Let the page load. After the page loads, I need to click on this. Is it working, guys? Is the click working? No, right? That is the reason. It was trying to click, but it is not working manually also. How can it work, right? It will not be able to work. So we'll do one thing. In the click is not working, so we'll try to get the text of this particular element. Okay, I would like to get the text of this inspect this and what is coming here. I'll try to do a different operation here. So table div something footer header footer. Can I do anything here? I'll do one thing. I would like to, instead of clicking right, I'll do a different operation here, guys. Instead of clicking, I'll do a different operation here. Because click is not really working manually also, I'm not able to click on it. So there is some XYZ reasons this block is not working. Okay. Yeah, I'll get the href attribute of this, the URL of this page I'll get. That's the best way, right? I would like to get the URL of this particular link. Okay. Selenium by Arun, blogspot.com. What is Selenium should come. So instead of click, I'll perform a different operation because click is not really working. So I cannot confirm because manually also it's not working. So how can it be done automation wise? Okay. So the Eclipse has closed for me. Yeah, now it's open. So what I'll do here is I'll simply say, instead of click, I'll simply say, okay, it's loading. Dot, instead of click, I'll say dot, web element dot, web element dot, get attribute, as you said, I'll use a get attribute. Okay, someone has suggested in the chat. I'm using get attribute. In that, href is the attribute value of that link I would like to retrieve. Okay, href. And here I don't have to wait, I think so. Okay, without wait also I'll do. It will return us the URL of that particular link in the string format URL. URL is equal to, I'll just print it out. System.out.println. System.out.println. URL you give here. Okay. Now run the code. Now run the code. Run as Java application. Let's see whether it will get the href attribute value or not. It has entered my name into the text area field and then it has to switch to the frame and get the href attribute value. You see, href attribute value of that particular link which is there inside the frame is coming this time. It's able to get the href attribute value of this. That means it is working fine. Now guys, my requirement is after getting that, I want to type some text in this search this box field. Okay, I want to type some text into this search this box field. That is omaya.blogspot.com, right? So this particular, so what happened in this scenario, you just understand, guys. This is the last example I'm giving. Just be with me. Just it will take 2 or 3 more minutes. You see, guys, this is a page. On the page, text area field is there. On the page, this particular text area field is there. Along with that, the text box field is also there. But what we have done, first, we went to this text area field and here we have typed my name, Arun Motori we have typed because this particular element is directly on the page level. And in the one of the frame 1, that link, what is Selenium link was there. From that link, we want to get the href URL, href attribute value. We did that. By switching to the frame, we got the href. Now, the focus of the Selenium is where, guys? On the page or inside this frame? Where is the focus of the Selenium? It's on the page or it's inside the frame? It's inside the frame. Now, when the focus of the Selenium is there here, the focus of the Selenium is inside the frame. And now, if I want to type some name into the text box field which is there on the page, is it possible? Let's say you went into your friend's house and when you went into the one of the room of the friend's house. From that room, can you see the house? Outside house, can you see from the room? No, right? Selenium also is now part of this room where doors are closed and all. Now Selenium has to come outside this particular room in order to again perform the operation on the element which is there on the page. So for that, what are the commands we have? What are the commands we have? After performing the operation on the particular element on the frame, to get back to the page level, we have to say driver.switch to dot default content. Wherever you are, how many rooms inside you are, doesn't matter. It will take you to the page level. Default content, guys. Excuse me. When you say driver.switch to default content, if you are inside a frame or if you are inside a nested frame, doesn't matter. You will be coming outside. Okay. You'll be coming to the page level. Now, once you come to the page level, then try to perform that operation on that particular element. That is this text box field, which is directly on the page. So first it has typed Arun Motori here. First of all, guys, it has typed Arun Motori directly on the page without switching to any frame. After that, it went to this frame. It switched to this particular frame and it has retrieved the href attribute value of this link. And after that, it was inside this frame. Now what I want to perform, I want to type text into this search box field. It will not happen because this search box field is part of the page. But Selenium is trapped inside this frame. How to get the Selenium out of this particular frame to the page level? For that, we have written switch to dot default content. Okay. Switch to dot default content. Everyone type default content in the chat box. Everyone type default content command in the chat box so that you can remember. So wherever you are inside any frame you are trapped, if you want to get to the page level, if you want to get the Selenium focus to the page level, we have to use default content. So once you say default content, will come back to the page level. And on the page level, again, this text box field kind of elements will be visible. They have a name locator. I'll take the name locator here for the text box field and here create a web element for the driver dot find element by dot name locator for the text box field and provide the name locator and put a semicolon here. And here I'll write down. Text box field is equal to over the mouse on the text box field and create a local variable. And here write down text box field dot send keys. And I would like to type QFox here. Okay. Let me type QFox. Okay. Here. Okay. Now let's run this code and see whether this is happening or not. We are switching to the frame, performing the operation of a particular element on the frame. From the frame, again, we are switching back to the parent page. We are switching back to the page level. From the frame, we are switching back to the page, and then we would like to type my name into that search box field. Okay. So first it has typed my name, and it has retrieved this URL of this particular what is Selenium, and after that it has typed my website name QFox or YouTube channel name QFox into the search box field. Okay. If you see the output here, it has also went into the frame and got the URL attribute URL attribute or href attribute value, and then it switched back to the parent page. And then if I don't switch, what will happen? If I don't switch to the parent, and will this be okay? Will this work? Guys, if I comment this out, will it work? If I don't switch back to the parent page, and if I try to perform the operation, it will be trapped. Selenium will be trapped inside this iframe and it will not work. You see, no such element exception will come for you. If you don't switch back to the parent page from that child iframe, okay, then what will happen? This operation will not be performed this time. You see here, this time you are going to get no such element exception. First, it will type my name into the text area field. Once the page loads, it will type my name. After that, it will go to the frame and it will retrieve the href attribute value and print in the output console. That also got printed. But when you are trying to perform operation on other element on this particular page, that is the search box field, okay, search box field, it is giving you no such element exception because that is not inside that frame, right? Whatever the frame we have switched to, this iframe 1, in that iframe, we don't have that search box field. That's the reason it's trying to find this search box field inside this iframe. So instead of that, we have to make the Selenium switch back to the page level by using default content. After you switch back to the parent content using default content, then it will search on the page level. It will search for the search box field at the page level. Okay, then the operation will be completed. Everyone clear with this? Everyone clear with this? Switching between the frame and page level is clear for everyone. Switching between the page to frame and frame to page is clear. Switching to the frame and switching back to the page is clear for you? Great.
Arun.
Yes.
So suppose I'm there are 5 nested frames and I am on the 5th one. I'm in the last child one, the innerest
Let
child.
me draw
Okay.
this. Let's say this is a page you are saying. Let's say this is a page
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are drawing. Inside page there is a frame, let's say, right? And inside that frame, another frame is there. Inside
Yes,
that,
yes. So 2 to 4, yeah, 5 layers are there, and I am in the last one,
okay, like
inside
this,
one.
some frames are there. Assume that. Okay. Now
Yes,
you went to this page level. Assume that. Okay. You perform some
yes,
operation on the elements which are on the frame. That is working fine. Now there is one
yes.
element here on this. Is one of the parent frame one. Parent frame one. There is some element. In order to perform the operation from here, you have to take the Selenium focus here by switching to this particular frame. Okay. You have to perform. You
Correct,
perform the operation. Now another
correct,
requirement came where you have to perform operation on an element which is there inside the child nested frame of this particular frame. That is a child frame. Child
right.
frame one, right? Child frame one.
Yes,
So from here you switch to this particular child frame, right?
yes.
Now there is one more element. This particular child frame has another child frame, grandchild frame, grandchild frame, let's say, ECF. And here you have to switch to the frame, right?
Correct. So from
From
here,
now,
if we are just, yeah, yeah,
hmm,
go ahead, go ahead. Yeah,
whatever I want to explain is completed. Now your question.
yeah, yeah. So when we use this search default content, right? So it will be directly, no matter how many nested layers are there, it will be
Yes,
moved to the
to the page level. For
main
example,
page.
there's another element on the page level that you want to perform next after performing the operation on this inner child frames, right? Nested frames, right? This element, the Selenium focus was there here. So there is shortcut, guys. Okay, there is a shortcut. If you want to perform some operation on the page level after this, you don't have to go to the parent frame, then its parent frame, and then come back to the page level. Directly default content will take you out of the page, take you to the page level. Got it? That's our question, right?
Yeah. So my question here is like, suppose from this the innerest frame, I want to switch to the second one.
Okay, from this inner frame, you want to go to the
To
parent frame,
switch to the second
right?
frame.
So
Second means the top from the, yeah, from
this
the top second one, not this one.
this one you want to go.
Yeah, just yeah, yeah, yeah.
A direct way is not there. Direct way you cannot go. So for that, what you have
So
to do from this grandchild frame, you have to go to the child frame. Okay, from the grandchild frame, you have to go to the child frame. There is a command known as
okay,
parent frame command that I'll explain tomorrow. Okay, with the nested frame.
okay,
From that, you have to go to the parent frame. Parent of this frame is this frame, right? From that, you have to go. There is no direct route here in this case.
okay.
And from this, you can go
So
to the page
so
level using.
individually we have to switch between child to its immediate parent if we
Immediate
want
parent
to.
only we have to switch. We cannot directly. There is no shortcut to go to the grandchild frame
Okay,
to the grandparent frame. It's not possible. Okay. So
fine,
grandchild to
fine.
the parent frame we have to go, and if it's parent frame, okay, grandparent frame it has to go. Okay. But if we have to go to the page level, there is no restriction like that. Directly default content will take you there. Okay. But if you
Okay,
have to directly go to the grandparent, there is no such kind of shortcut for us. Okay. We only have a command known as
okay,
parent frame, which will only take to one level only up. Okay, from that one level only up. Okay, from that default content means you will go to the page level. Okay,
okay.
so there are many other things. I'll cover that tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow's topic will be on tomorrow's session will be on this only. In nested frames, how to switch between the frames or you know how to switch between the nested frames and page level. Today, one level I covered where switching between the page level to the frame and frame to the page level I covered. Tomorrow, I'll cover how to go inside the nested frames and how to come back one by one back. Okay.
Arun,
All these things I'm going to cover tomorrow.
Arun, hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, Arun. Actually, I lost my phone, and like so because of that, right? The links in WhatsApps and like the links which you're sending, right? I have not downloaded the videos and all those things. And so what to do, Arun? Like previous video, I have not seen also. So how can I see that video now? Like I don't
You
have
lost
links.
your phone, but you got any other new phone?
Yeah, I brought the new phone.
You brought the new phone. In that same Gmail address is there, na? Are you
uh,
using the same Gmail address or different Gmail
yeah,
address?
I'm using same Gmail address.
Okay, then you will be having the access, right? It will not be any different. So what is
No,
the
I don't.
problem you're facing?
So what is the previous videos and all those things, right? You have.
They are in the
I have
Google
not
Drive.
downloaded.
They are in the Google Drive. You don't have to download them. No
Okay.
one can download them, right? So they are in the Google Drive. Same, just with your Google
Where
account.
where I have to go?
Are you part of the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, I am in the WhatsApp group. Yeah.
Okay, if you are part of the WhatsApp group, just go to the WhatsApp group and go to the discussion. Okay, this discussion
Okay.
group, and click on this group name, and then in the description we have the link, Google Drive link.
Arun, what about the Sundays you are taking, right? That
Yeah,
that also where
everything
that
will be
also
there
I.
here only. This is a main link. Copy this link,
Okay.
okay, and open in your browser where your Gmail address is logged in. Okay, it doesn't
Okay, Arun,
matter.
got it. Arun,
Okay,
one more thing is there. When we
Hmm.
are coming to framework, Arun, framework
After this
related.
Selenium advanced concepts,
Okay. After
so
the Selenium advanced concept.
concepts will
Okay,
go to
okay.
frameworks. Okay.
Arun, one more doubt is there. Like this is
Hmm.
there, right? In my suppose some one logic is there. Like suppose if
Hmm.
you are going to a page, okay,
Hmm.
and that page, right? Like suppose if you are giving that employee ID,
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
So employee ID once you give, right, so from the backend the employee information is already automatically it is fetching and
Hmm.
showing into the
Feed,
portal. Okay.
feed. Okay.
Yeah.
By
So
default,
now now
it's preloaded
yeah
text.
now
It's preloaded
yeah,
text.
yeah, exactly. Now
Hmm.
I want to validate it with API that all the request has been like in API all the things has been come the which is like the portal which I'm viewing the text with the API. So how can we do that actually? This is a
I,
requirement for me.
the portal, what you have to do?
So in the suppose if in the portal when you are writing the employee's ID, right? So
Hmm.
automatically employee name, employee age,
Will
employee
automatically
like
come. Will
yeah
automatically come on
comes.
the page.
Now this is coming via the post the API call get API calls. Okay.
Okay.
So
There are some API calls running on the page, and they are getting the details from the server for you, right?
yeah. So how I can compare the the API all those things are showing correctly with the portal. So how can I validate that assertion I can do?
I didn't get your requirement properly.
No,
So,
no, no. My
but
require
automation
uh,
or manual, you're asking basically.
no automation. For example, the employee name is showing in portal, right? So
Hmm.
the same thing has come in API also, right? API
Yeah, you
request
want to,
also.
that means you have to automate the APIs. Rest assured framework you have to use.
No, in automation we have to do it.
In Selenium automation only.
Yeah. In Selenium
In
automation,
Selenium
when you are
automation,
going,
we can do it, but Selenium is not the perfect tool for that. But if only few things we have to do means we can do that. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Eh,
Only
eh,
one thing we have to do. So they
hmm,
told that this is the thing if you're coming in portal, and so we have to
hmm.
basically match it with the API. It is so what I have to do now for this
Why you
way.
are not using UI? Is there any requirement why they are not asking you to use the UI there in that case?
No, UI means UI. What you have to do?
UI anyhow text fields are coming, right? In the text box fields that things are coming, na? Along with that, they are asking for you to do the APIs also.
Yeah, along that they are saying that to check in API call, it is showing coming correctly or not.
Okay. Generally, we don't run API things in Selenium, but there is a way which is discouraged though, how to run API calls in Selenium Java and validate the results. You have the idea of the which API call and all those stuff which are getting the details is with you, information is with you.
Yeah.
Hmm. Just see the code here, whatever that is running here. To To run API calls in Selenium Java and validate the results, you typically wouldn't use Selenium directly for making API calls, as Selenium is primarily used for automating web browsers. Instead, you can use libraries such as REST Assured or Apache to make API calls in Java. Here is a general approach. Set up your project. Make sure the necessary dependencies are there in your project. For REST Assured, you need to include REST Assured library in your project. Along with the Selenium, you also add a REST Assured library. And as part of the same project, use a chosen library to write the API calls. Here, if you have this similar to Selenium library, you have a REST Assured library also added, right? For example, if you go to this pom.xml file,
Okay.
only Selenium library was there, right, earlier. Okay. Only
Okay.
Selenium library was there earlier, right, in the pom.xml file. Just wait for that pom.xml file to open. My system is a bit slow today. Okay. So here only you have the Selenium library, but you don't have the REST Assured library, right? So what you will do now? You'll go back here and add the dependencies of the REST Assured. Okay. You have to get the dependencies of the REST Assured. So
Okay.
what is the dependency for adding REST Assured library in Maven pom.xml file Java project. Okay.
Oh, so after getting the dependency, what we have to do?
Yeah, after adding the dependency, for example, this kind of dependency will be there. Okay, REST Assured dependency will be there like this. You have to take this dependency. We can go to the MVN repository basically to get this dependency. So this kind of dependency, it should look like IO REST Assured kind of thing will be there. And you simply go to MVN repository. Okay, go to MVN repository. And after going to the MVN repository, you search for REST Assured. Okay. REST Assured here, and you will get this REST Assured. This is the REST Assured, right? IO REST -assured. Okay.
Yeah, I understood.
Just click on that. And once you go to that page, take the latest version. Take the latest version, and you'll get the Maven dependency tags. Copy this Maven dependency tags and get to your Eclipse ID. And here, along with this dependencies, right, in the pom.xml file, along with the Selenium and TestNG dependencies, you add the another dependency that belongs to the REST Assured. Okay.
Okay.
Now save this. Now in this particular project, not only you have the Selenium library, but also you have REST Assured also. You are using both. Okay.
Okay. Now what I have to do to match it?
What you have to do later is like when you write the test, right? When you write the test, you have to use the predefined classes and predefined stuff from the REST Assured framework. Okay. REST Assured library. So here you see REST Assured is a predefined class in REST Assured library. And we can call the base URI, give the base API call will be there, right? That you write here. And response is equal to which type of response? Post. If it is a post call, post or something, if you want to post here, you have to do like this. Okay. So then after you get the result, right? That result you have to capture somewhere. Maybe we'll see here somewhere it will be there. Okay, it's not there. You see response dot. Okay, when you post it, this post method is giving you the response. Here either get will be there or post will be there, something will be there. Na? That will give you the response. From the response, you have to get the status code or whatever the details you want to get, you can get that. Okay. But we have to explore more like what exactly is required. Okay, your requirement.
Okay.
Explore more that API
Okay, I
call.
will explore. I'll explore with REST how to take.
Yeah, just use a REST Assured in your library and try to do that. Okay. So we have this. We can try this for a while. Okay, just give me a second. Since already we have added this, into the pom.xml file, we added the libraries of that REST Assured, right? Let's try that. I'll go to the doubt section here. I'll create a package here. API calls. I'll write API calls demo package. Okay, I have to create a package. Let's try this here itself. What's the matter? Right click new package. API calls demo. Click on finish. Okay, and this one I'll drag that into the doubts actually. This package can I drag into the doubts? Yes, was able to. API. Okay, otherwise I'll just delete this. Here, right click on the package, select new package. Doubts dot. Whenever you have to create a sub package, guys, the name of the package is not clear. Otherwise, it will clear directly under the project again. Doubts dot API API automation demo. Okay, let's create the sub package like that. Dot, you have to say dots dot. Then create a class, let's say sample demo with a main method I'll create. And inside the main method, I'll write here. We should not be writing Selenium automation code. Okay, this is for API calls, right? We should not be writing the Selenium automation code. So we have to run the API calls basically. Okay, we have to run the API calls. For that, I'll use a website here. Regress some example website is there, regress.in, where you have some, sample requests and responses here that you can try. For example, if I use the first one, get, okay, the request is like this, you see, API users page 2, and the response is coming like this, okay? Response is coming like this. So what I'll do here is, I'll click on this link so that I'll get the entire request API call I'll get. This is API call basically, okay? Now let's look at the ChatGPT and find out. So in order to make that particular call, which is the call method, get method, right? So rest assured dot base URI, I have to give the base URI first of all. I have to give the base URI. What is the rest assured? Rest assured dot base URL, give base URI. And here base URI is equal to, give the base URI. What is the base URI? Here, when I click on this, the base URI is up to the, you see, this is not the base URI. So let me go to the website here. If I go back here, this is an extra URI. /API users is an extra thing. But what is the base URI? If I click on this, whatever that comes before /API, right? That is a base URI. Copy that base URI and paste it here. And now what I have to do next, after I get the base URI, the next part is rest assured dot another command I have to pass. Rest assured. I worked on it long back, guys. I don't remember. That's why I'm using that ChatGPT and all to remember. Rest assured dot which command we have? Get command we have post commands. Okay, a lot of things are there. Get is there. Okay, post is there. Get URL. Get URL I'll take. Okay, similarly we may have post and all the other stuff, but here we'll get URL. And in the URL part, the remaining portion of the URL you give. Okay, because here if you say in this example, this particular example in request.in is coming into the which type of method it is? Get method. Okay, get call is happening, get API call is happening. Okay, some will have post, some will have put, some will have patch like that. Okay, so I'm using get, so I'm using the get command, and the extra URL I have to give is this part. The extra URL I have to give is this part. This part I have to give as the rest of the URL. Just give me a second. It's not coming. Let me click on this. It will be easy for me to copy from here itself. Okay. That extra part I'm giving here. So it will make a call. With the help of base URL, place this extra URL, get call URL. It will make a call. Get call it will make. And what will be the result? When this particular call is made, this will come as a result. So here you can clearly see on the website page, like what is coming as a result, as a response. This is coming as a response. This particular thing is coming as a response. 200 response code should come. Along with that, these details will come. Okay. Then what are the different operations we can do that we have to see again. Okay. So for example, if you want to validate the response here, whether I'm getting a proper response, because this get method is returning you an object of what? Response. Okay. Either post method or response. Response we are getting here. We are storing the response here. Over the mouse, create local variable, and now use the object reference of the response and say dot. You see body, you can collect the body of that response. You can get the response code. Where is the response code? Any method is there for response code? Let's see. Get status code. I think status code, I guess, right? That's status code only, right? You see here, this is a response code. I'll just print it out. What is happening? It will return in the form of int status code is equal to, I'll print it out. System.out.println. System.out.println. I'll print the status code. Run this code and see what is happening. What is coming in the output? Let's see. the output, what is getting printed. Run the code. No output is coming here. I'll do one thing. Yeah, output came with a delay. It came, guys. Okay, with a delay. 200 response status code. You see, with this I can verify the response code. Similarly, I have other methods maybe. For you can perform. What are the? Okay, so here we can go to ChatGPT and find out what are the other methods. What are the other methods I can use with the object of response in rest assured. Get status line. You see, these are all the methods we have. So let it do its job, but meanwhile, we'll go to the top. Get status line, returns the status line of the response, returns the status code, returns the body of the response code, and where you can verify that whether the particular thing that you are looking for is existing contains or not, okay? For example, if you want to get the body, let's say, okay, JSON path also you can give. JSON path selector sub you can use to get the JSON path, I think so. Then get headers, get content type, cookies, okay. I think if you go here and try the selector sub here, I'll inspect one of the field here. There was something I have seen in the selector sub which will help you in creating something. Okay. Selector sub. What are all the things coming? JS path is coming, you see? JavaScript path is actually, that is not JSON path. Okay. I think that is JavaScript path. JS path is DOM statement is coming here. I don't think we have to look into this. Okay. So yeah, then if you know how to work with JSONs, we will create the JSON paths and get the things. Okay, we can retrieve from the JSON path. If you just search for JSON path here, you'll get some information. JSON path.
Okay, Arun, I will proceed then. I got the
You got
idea.
the idea, right? High level idea.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got, right? We'll
Yeah,
see
yeah.
that in the coming days, but you got the at least idea, like
Yeah, I
what to
got
do
the
now.
idea.
Okay.
Hmm.
So in the for now, I think at my knowledge, what you can do is you can get the body of that response.
Yeah, I will get the body and I will get to that
dot contains
key
you have
value.
to say. Dot contains, okay? In the string format, it will
Yeah.
come and say dot contains. You will be able to verify that, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Just try that.
Okay.
If that is not working out, we can have a discussion tomorrow or something, okay?
Okay.
Just let us know.
Sure.
If you
sure.
are able to succeed, also you just try that, okay?
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Nigora, you are right. If you try to import the static way on that, you don't need to specify the rest assured dot base URI. Import static rest assured dot. Correct. Directly we can call the methods, right? So what Nigora is saying that, for example, if we make this particular thing static here, okay, if I'm where I have to make this static actually, static import or something will be there. Is that the one, Nigora, that you said? I don't remember how to import static. Yeah, rest assured dot hashtag will write down. Okay, this is working. Now here I don't have to provide rest assured directly base URI. Directly I don't have to use the rest assured here, directly call method. You see, this will like make our job easy. Okay, that's what Nigora is saying, right, Nigora? That's what you are saying now. To make the import statement as static, not only here in Java also we can do the same thing. Okay. In Java also we can do the same thing. If you make this particular static thing, then you don't have to use a rest assured. Base URL will be directly called. Okay, it's automatically called. Okay, get, you don't have to say rest assured dot get. You can directly say get. Okay, people use this kind of things. When you make this thing static, you can directly do that. With normal Java program also we can try that, guys. Okay, we have to see one class where I'll create a new package. Static import, right? Dot static import demo. Static import demo. Finish. And here I'll go here and create a new class. I'll just say this as sample demo class. Click on finish. And here, so yeah, is there any thing in Java, like where you can use collections dot methods are there, no? Collections dot sort method, something like that are there, right? So we'll say array list, for example. I'll write some code like this. Array list, a list is equal to new array list. A list is equal to new array list. Control Shift O. And here generic types, let's say integer or something I'll give. Here also integer or less than greater than symbols is enough. That's good. Then after this, I'll write a list dot add of some 9. Then a list dot add of 5. Then a list dot add of some 7. Like this, some values I give. And if I print this out, if I print this array list, system.out.println a list, toString method of the array list will be called, and we'll get the 957 being printed automatically. But now here I want to use collections dot sort of array list. I would like to sort the array list here. Which array list? This array list I would like to sort the array list element. Let's see. And after sorting that, if I print it out, system.out.println a list and run the code, the sorted list will come. Right? You see, the sorted 579 is coming instead of 957. That's fine. But here I don't want to call the sort method with the help of collections. What I can do is here I can add import static, and here say dot hashtag. That's it. I don't have to use collections here. Directly you can use sort here. It will work. Got it, guys? Understood? Is it clear, guys? How we can make the import statement static and directly use the predefined methods of that particular interfaces or whatever it is, static predefined methods you can call directly here. Without, instead of writing collections dot sort, collections dot something, okay? If you're using collections regularly, you can use like this, or this will work like this, okay? This is the power of making the import statement static. If you add the static keyword to the import, it will be like this. Okay. Thanks, Nigora, for pointing that out and making the things even more easy. And definitely that will be useful when you are working with REST assured, right? That's the main advantage. Okay, when you are working with REST assured, if you make the thing static, import statement static, we can directly call get, post, all those things in a direct way. Every time we don't have to say REST assured dot something, REST assured dot something. We don't have to say. Okay, so the code will look good. Clear, everyone? Everyone clear with this concept of static imports? Either in Java or any library, it will be the same. Wherever you get an advantage or idea, you can make that thing static and make the code look like that. Okay, you can take advantage of the static imports and then work on this direction. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions we have? Any other questions do you guys have? Okay. So here, meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask me. And yesterday I didn't upload the recording. I'll go here. And what was the recording? Yesterday's recording was 78, handling frames part 2. Today is part 3. Right click here, share. Copy the link got copied. Come back here. And yesterday's recording, actually I have to day 78's recording. Okay, day 78 recording. Selenium Java, handling frames part 2. Selenium Java, handling frames part 2. Okay, after this is done, then that's it. Today's notes is same as yesterday's notes. Today's notes are same as yesterday's notes. So tomorrow I'll explain about different nested frames and switching between the frames and nested frames, and from the switching back to the page, switching back to the parent frame, etc. I'll cover tomorrow. And today's code, I'll upload here, today's code. Right click here, go to the properties, go here. I'll upload the code, guys. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask me, guys, okay? If you guys have any questions, you can ask me. I'll be there here. Okay, I'll go to Gearbox, local repos, and then I'll go to this. Where is that project, guys? Selenium batch 1 project, right? Yeah, Control V. Replace the files. I'll upload the code and provide the code for you. Right click. Show more options. Git status. Git add dot. Git status. Git commit. -m. Handling frames. Part 3. Nested frames. Then git status. Git push origin main. It will be done. Done, guys. Okay, so I'll go to the GitHub and post the link for you. Nested frames. Okay. Nested frames file sketch. Okay, they'll find that. And coming to the assignment, I'll give you a simple assignment. Switch to, perform operate. The application is let code application. Let code frames page. So here I'll go here and go to the let code application. I'll give the page where you have to let code.in. You will be going to the frame section there, the workspace. Go to workspace here, and in that you will see some frames related stuff. Frame. Okay, so here go to this page. What you have to do is very simple, guys. You have to get the page heading, then you have to get the section heading, then you have to enter the first name, then you have to enter the last name, then you have to enter the email address, then clear the email address, then clear the last name, clear the first name, then you have to print out the section details and print out the page details, page heading. Okay, that's what you have to do. Sure, Nigor, I'll do that. Okay, I forgot yesterday. I'll do that. Okay, I'll do it today. Okay, so where is that? Let code frame, parent details, parent print parent heading. This is the URL, and print page heading, print page heading, then enter first name, then enter last name, then enter, then print page heading. Okay, this will be enough. This will be enough. Okay, this assignment, if you do, this is more than enough. And after that, today's recording will be uploaded soon, in a while. Okay, so that's all, guys. That's all. I'll upload the recording here once that is done. Once it is saved, I'll do that. And meanwhile, I'll also upload the GitHub code for yesterday's thing, the crash course thing. So switch workspace, batch 1 crash course. If you have any questions, you can ask me still, guys. Okay. Meanwhile, upload the code of the Selenium Java batch course classes that are happening in the evening hours. Okay. You can ask me any questions meanwhile. I'll also provide the recordings of the already they are uploaded, but I didn't provide the links in the WhatsApp group. I'll provide that. So guys, I'll do this anyhow from my end. If you don't have any questions, you can leave. If you don't have any questions, you can leave, guys. No problem. I'll just take it from my side. I'll upload it just now. Okay. So any question? If you don't have any questions, just type no in the chat box and leave, guys. Okay. Yeah. If you don't have any questions, just type no, and you can leave also. Anything is fine. Okay then. That's all for the today's session, guys. That's all for the today's session. I'll upload the code, Nigora. Don't worry. I'll just stop this recording and stop this session, and then I'll upload that. Okay. Bye, everyone. See you.